There comes a time in every chosen one's life when everything begins to feel different. The air around you changes. The people around you start acting differently. The signs that once guided you begin to disappear. It feels like you are standing at the edge of something powerful, but you are not sure what it is. This is not confusion. This is not coincidence. This is a signal that your final test has begun. You were not placed here to live an ordinary life. You were not brought this far to be forgotten. You were chosen for a higher mission, and that mission comes with one final doorway. Before you step into the fullness of your destiny, you will be asked one question, not by the world, but by your own soul. Are you ready to rise? The test is not here to break you. It is here to reveal you. The strongest version of yourself is waiting on the other side. And if you are hearing these words right now, it means your spirit is ready. Take a deep breath, because the final test begins now. And the universe is watching to see if you will awaken. Every soul that has been chosen carries a deep purpose within. It may not be fully visible to the outside world, but inside, there is a calling that keeps whispering, "You were born for something greater." And when the time is right, something extraordinary begins to unfold. That moment is now. You are not here by accident. You are here because your final preparation has begun. This is what many spiritual teachers call the final test. The final test is not just a phase or a situation. It is a sacred stage in the journey of every awakened soul. It arrives quietly, without warning, and often when everything in life seems uncertain. It is not designed to punish you. It is designed to shape you into the strongest version of who you were always meant to become. Before any great transformation, there is a test. Before any spiritual awakening, there is a moment of silence, discomfort, or stillness. You might notice that everything you once relied on begins to shift. People, relationships, routines, and even your thoughts might feel unfamiliar. This is not a loss. It is a realignment. It is the universe creating space for your higher path to enter. The final test is personal. It will not look the same for everyone. For one person, it might come as a period of deep solitude. For another, it might be a challenge that pushes them beyond their comfort zone. You might be asked to trust without evidence, to walk without a map, or to let go of something that you believed was part of your identity. But through all of this, there is one sacred truth. Everything is happening for you, not against you. In this test, your strength will not be measured by how much you fight, but by how much you flow. Your courage will not be shown in loud action, but in silent trust. You will be asked to remember your purpose even when your eyes cannot see the path clearly. This is where true power is born, not in ease, but in surrender. Those who understand the purpose of this phase will begin to see it differently. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they will begin to ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That simple shift in mindset turns the test into a teacher. And once you learn what the lesson is, you will find the strength to rise. Remember, the universe does not test those who are weak. The final test is only given to those who are ready for their next evolution. You have been chosen because you are strong enough to pass. You have been prepared through every hardship, every delay, and every tear you have faced. And now all that remains is your decision to rise with grace, with trust, and with the quiet power that lives deep inside your soul. This is your time. This is your turning point, and the journey forward begins now. The final test is not something that can be measured by ordinary standards. It is not a written exam. It is not a moment that can be marked on a calendar. It is a deeply spiritual experience that unfolds silently within your life. For many chosen ones, it arrives when everything seems to stand still, when the world becomes quiet, and when familiar paths no longer feel the same. But what is this test, really? This test is not designed to break you. It is here to reveal you. It is not about what you already know. It is about who you are becoming. The final test is a spiritual checkpoint. It is a divine moment when your soul is invited to step into the next level of strength, clarity, and purpose. In simple terms, this test is a mirror. It reflects everything you have learned so far and shows you what still needs to be awakened. It brings forth the parts of you that are still afraid, still uncertain, or still holding on to the past. And through that reflection, it gives you the sacred opportunity to choose growth over fear, truth over illusion, and faith over doubt. This test is quiet. It does not announce itself. It shows up in subtle ways, through challenges, delays, moments of solitude, and emotional waves. You might feel as if you are being stretched in every direction, but in reality, you are being shaped. The universe is not testing your ability to survive. It is preparing you to thrive. You may be asked to release something that once felt important. You may be asked to walk away from comfort and step into the unknown. You may be called to trust in ways you never have before. These are not punishments. These are invitations. They are signs that you are ready to align with your true spiritual path. The test will often bring silence before the breakthrough. It will feel like nothing is moving, but within that stillness, your spirit is being strengthened. Your intuition is being refined. Your heart is being cleared of old energy so that your next chapter can be born with purity. And here is the beautiful part. This test is never meant to be faced alone. Even when people around you may not understand what you are going through, your soul knows. The universe is supporting you. Your higher self is guiding you. The silence is not empty. It is full of preparation. This is what the final test is. It is not a moment to fear. It is a moment to honor. It is a sacred process that only the strongest souls are called to experience. And if you are going through it, it means you are one of them. You have reached the doorway. All that remains is to walk through with courage, with clarity, and with the powerful truth that everything you need is already within you. Every journey of transformation has a sacred threshold. It is the place where the old self must be released in order for the new self to rise. This moment, this final test, is not like anything that came before it. It does not respond to physical strength or how loud a person speaks. Instead, it listens to the quiet strength that lives within, the kind of strength that is built through inner growth, spiritual maturity, and trust in something greater than what the eyes can see. The reason only the strongest will pass this test is not because others are being left behind. It is because this test is sacred. It is not handed to everyone. It is only given to those who have already walked through fire, who have already survived storms that would have broken others, and who are now ready to rise into the highest version of themselves. But what does it truly mean to be the strongest? A strength in this context is not about controlling everything. It is about trusting when things are outside your control. It is about holding your peace when the world feels uncertain. The strongest souls are not those who never fall. They are the ones who rise again with more wisdom every time they do. This strength is also emotional. The strongest chosen ones have faced heartbreak, disappointment, and betrayal, but they have not allowed those experiences to close their hearts. They still choose love. They still choose light. They still believe in something higher, even when it would have been easier to stop believing. Only the strongest will pass because the final test is not just a spiritual checkpoint. It is a doorway to destiny. And that doorway will only open for those who are ready to handle what is on the other side. There is more power waiting for you, more responsibility, a deeper connection to your life purpose. And in order to carry that kind of divine energy, your soul must be fully prepared. That preparation is not always easy. It may include long periods of silence, separation from certain people, or experiences that force you to dig deeper into your own spirit. You may feel like you are being pulled apart, But in truth, you are being put back together in a more powerful way. This kind of strength does not come from the outside. It comes from within. It comes from choosing growth instead of comfort. It comes from choosing truth, even when it shakes the very ground you stand on. The final test filters out what is not aligned. It clears the path, but only for those who are willing to walk it with clarity, humility, and soul-level faith. This is why only the strongest will pass, not because others are unworthy, but because this moment requires purity of heart, clarity of mind, and a spirit that refuses to give up. The universe knows who is ready. The signs have been sent. The lessons have been given. And now this moment is here. You are being asked not to prove your worth, but to remember it. You are being called to rise above old patterns, old pain, and old programming. This is not a punishment. It is a promotion. But only those who have refined their inner strength will recognize it for what it truly is. Others may walk away, pause, or delay. But those who feel the call deep in their soul, the ones who know they have come too far to stop now, will step forward. To pass this test, you do not need to fight. You need to surrender, to trust, to keep walking even when you cannot see the destination. That is the strength that moves mountains. That is the strength that opens divine doors. That is the strength of the chosen one. And that is why this test, this sacred final step, will only be completed by the strongest souls. Those who carry light in the darkness. Those who speak truth even when it trembles in their throat. Those who love without needing to be loved back. Those who rise again and again, not because it is easy, but because they know their purpose is greater than their pain. If you are still here, listening, feeling, and standing, then you are one of them. The final test does not always come with a warning. It arrives quietly, sometimes without explanation. It does not knock loudly on the door. Instead, it gently pulls you inward. It shifts your environment, your emotions, and your energy in ways that may feel unfamiliar. But if you look closely, there are clear signs that show you are going through this sacred phase. These signs are not random. They are spiritual indicators that your soul is being refined for something higher. Let us explore some of the most powerful signs that you are currently in your final test. 1. You feel a deep sense of isolation or separation. Even if you are surrounded by people, there is a part of you that feels separate. This is not because something is wrong. This is because your soul is entering a space where external validation no longer satisfies your inner journey. The universe often pulls chosen ones into quiet solitude before a great transformation. If you are feeling this deep sense of emotional distance, it may be a sign that you are being prepared, not punished. 2. Everything familiar is shifting or falling away. You might find that certain relationships are ending, old jobs are no longer fulfilling, or your routine no longer fits who you are becoming. This is the universe clearing space. What no longer aligns with your higher path must be released. The discomfort of this process is natural, but if you are seeing things fall away that once felt permanent, you are likely in your final test. 3. You are being challenged at a soul level. This is not about minor problems or temporary discomfort. This is about deep spiritual tests that touch the core of who you are. You may be asked to forgive someone who never apologized. You may be asked to keep faith when nothing around you makes sense. These are not simple challenges. They are spiritual assignments that strengthen the soul. If you are facing such moments, you are not being tested for no reason. You are being prepared for your next level. 4. Silence has become a teacher. In this phase, guidance may not come from outside sources. Instead, the silence itself becomes your greatest guide. You may feel that answers are no longer found in books or through others. You begin to hear your own intuition louder. You are being invited to trust your inner knowing. This sacred silence is not emptiness. It is divine communication in its purest form. 5. You feel a strong pull toward purpose. There is a feeling that you can no longer ignore. A calling, a pull, a gentle inner voice that keeps whispering there is more for you to do. You may not know exactly what your purpose is, but the desire to align with it becomes stronger than ever. This feeling often intensifies during the final test. Your soul is being directed toward what it truly came here to do. 6. Emotional waves are stronger than usual. You may find yourself crying without reason, feeling bursts of joy, or experiencing unexpected emotions. This emotional intensity is a cleansing process. Your energy is being realigned. Old wounds are surfacing so they can be healed once and for all. These emotional waves are not a breakdown, they are a breakthrough in motion. 7. Your inner world feels more real than the outer world. During the final test, the outer world may seem blurry or less important. Instead, your inner experiences, your thoughts, dreams, reflections, and spiritual visions become more powerful. You begin to understand that your inner alignment creates your outer reality. This is a sacred sign that you are moving into higher consciousness. 8. You are letting go of control. One of the greatest indicators that you are in this final test is your growing surrender. You may start realizing that trying to control every detail no longer works. Instead, you begin to trust the process, even if it is not fully visible. You find peace in flowing rather than forcing. This shift from control to surrender is a powerful mark of a soul in divine transition. 9. You sense something greater is near. Even without clear evidence, you may feel that a new chapter is about to unfold. You might sense that your life is being rearranged for something more aligned with your true calling. This feeling is not imagination, it is intuition. Your spirit recognizes the shift before your eyes do. These signs are not coincidences. They are sacred reminders that you are walking through the fire of transformation and that your higher self is leading the way. If you are experiencing even some of these, it means your soul is being invited to rise, to awaken, and to pass the final sacred test. The universe has seen your growth. This is your moment. Your next level is not ahead of you, it is already within you. Once you pass the final test, your life does not simply go back to how it was. Instead, everything begins to shift in divine alignment. This is not just a change in your surroundings, it is a transformation at the soul level. Your energy, your perspective, your choices, and even your relationships begin to reflect your inner evolution. The universe starts responding to the strength you have activated from within. 1. A new sense of inner peace. The very first gift you receive after passing this sacred test is a deep and unshakable sense of peace. This peace does not depend on external situations. It flows from within. You begin to feel calm even in uncertain circumstances. Your mind becomes quiet, your heart becomes lighter, and your spirit feels free. This peace is not temporary. It is the foundation for the life that is about to unfold for you. 2. Clarity of purpose becomes stronger. After passing the test, your soul's purpose becomes much clearer. You begin to feel a strong pull toward what truly matters. Distractions lose their power over you. You stop chasing things that are not meant for you. Instead, you feel guided, sometimes even carried, toward the path that is uniquely yours. This clarity brings fulfillment. You begin to live with direction, with intention, and with meaning. 3. New doors begin to open. Once your energy shifts, the universe responds. Opportunities begin to appear in the most unexpected ways. You may meet new people, receive new ideas, or be guided to new places that align with your soul's mission. What once felt blocked now begins to flow. These are not random events. They are rewards for your courage and growth. Life begins to support you in beautiful and often surprising ways. 4. Your spiritual gifts become stronger. Passing the test often activates hidden gifts within you. You may begin to notice that your intuition becomes sharper. Your dreams become clearer. You start sensing energy, receiving insights, or feeling a deeper connection with the universe. These gifts were always inside you, but now they rise to the surface. They are tools for your next chapter, to serve, to guide, and to uplift others. 5. You attract higher frequency relationships. As your vibration rises, so does the quality of your relationships. You begin to attract people who support your growth, who understand your soul, and who respect your journey. Old connections that were draining may gently fall away, making space for deeper, more meaningful connections. This is not loss, it is alignment. You are now ready to walk with those who walk in light and truth. 6. You become a beacon for others. After passing the test, you naturally become a source of inspiration. People may begin to look up to you, ask for your guidance, or feel comfort in your presence. This is not because you are trying to impress anyone, but because your energy speaks before your words. Your journey becomes a light for others who are still walking through their own tests. You begin to serve not from ego, but from empathy. 7. You feel deeply connected to the universe. Lastly, after you pass this divine test, you begin to feel truly connected to everything around you. Nature feels alive. Synchronicities become frequent. You feel supported, guided, and protected by a force greater than you. This connection is not imagination. It is the truth your soul has always known. It is the realization that you are never alone and that your life is part of a divine masterpiece. Passing the final test is not the end. It is the sacred beginning of your true life. From here on, you walk not with fear, but with faith. You live not for survival, but for soul expansion. Everything changes, but only because everything within you has already changed. You are ready. The next chapter has already begun. There is one powerful message every chosen one must hold close to the heart. Never quit in the middle of your journey. The path of transformation is not always easy, but it is sacred. When you are being prepared for something extraordinary, the process can feel intense. But you must remember, the pressure you are feeling is not meant to break you. It is meant to shape you. Many people begin the journey with enthusiasm, with high energy, and with dreams burning in their hearts. But when the road becomes quiet, when the rewards seem far away, and when the tests come back to back, they begin to doubt. This is the moment when many give up. They walk away not knowing how close they were to their breakthrough. But you must not do that. You are not being tested for punishment. You are being trained for greatness. Every difficult moment, every silent season, and every lonely night is part of the design. The universe is not denying you. It is developing you. You are being stretched, not rejected. This is how diamonds are made, through pressure. This is how warriors are formed, through discipline. And this is how chosen ones rise, by continuing when others stop. Quitting in the middle is like planting a seed, watering it for weeks, and then giving up right before it was about to bloom. You may not see the growth happening above the ground, but deep below, roots are forming. Strength is being built where your eyes cannot see. The growth is real even when it is invisible. The test is not just about whether you can start strong. It is about whether you can stay committed when everything around you seems still. True power is revealed in your ability to continue walking forward even when your emotions do not match your vision. It is about being faithful even in silence and steady even in storms. Every time you feel like giving up, ask yourself this question: what if I am only one step away from everything I have prayed for? That one extra step might be the moment where everything changes. Your breakthrough may not arrive with loud thunder or fireworks. It may come quietly, unexpectedly, and beautifully, but it will come to those who keep going. There is no shame in feeling tired. There is no weakness in feeling overwhelmed. But the power lies in your decision to keep moving anyway. You are not walking alone. You are being carried by a purpose much bigger than your pain. You have a mission that matters, and the world is waiting for you to rise. Remember, every legend, every leader, and every lightbringer has felt the weight of giving up. But what made them different was their refusal to quit. They trusted the process even when the path was unclear. They believed in the promise even when they could not see the outcome. And that is what you are being invited to do now. So hold your head high, breathe deeply, and take one more step, even if it is a small one. The finish line may be closer than you think. Your story is not meant to end in the middle. Your victory has already been written. It is just waiting for your courage to catch up. You are not weak. You are in the making, and the world needs what is being built inside you right now. Do not stop. Do not turn back. You were born to finish strong, and now is the time to rise with clarity, strength, and unwavering belief in who you are becoming. This journey you are walking is not random. It was written for you. Every moment, every challenge, and every victory has brought you to this very point for a reason. And that reason is far greater than you may currently see. You are being called to activate your higher self, to step into the light that was always within you. No more waiting, no more doubting. The world needs your strength, your wisdom, and your energy, now more than ever. You were not created to live in confusion or hesitation. You were chosen to lead, to shine, and to inspire. So let this be your moment of decision. Make the inner commitment that you will no longer hold back, that you will honor the mission placed within your spirit, that you will walk through every test, every season, and every lesson with trust and courage. You are not alone in this path. The universe is with you. The divine plan is already unfolding. All that is needed now is your full presence, your full heart, and your full focus. So breathe deeply, stand tall, and move forward boldly. Declare it with your energy. I am ready. I am chosen. I will fulfill my purpose. Because once you step into this level of commitment, the entire universe begins to respond. Doors open, clarity appears, and your path becomes brighter. This is your final call to rise, to lead, and to embody your destiny. The time is now.